Jess, and welcome to Coffee with Jess, the first of my bi-weekly YouTube channel. Some of you may remember me from my last attempt at a YouTube channel, which lasted about 3 videos before I got bored of it and took them all down. I thought I'd give myself a bit of a rebrand and get back on here, mainly to get Katie to stop pestering me to make more videos. So I would like to dedicate this video to Katie, the darling star of books and things, and if you don't like it, please blame her. I've linked her in the description below, so please take any and all criticism you have of me over to her. Now, as you may have guessed, I'm going to follow the traditional YouTube format of a slightly, well, at least likes to think of herself as hipsterish girl, filming videos in her bedroom whilst drinking coffee. Here we go. I'm not going to be doing the normal booktube thing of drinking tea because I can't stand the stuff. And if there are any coffee companies looking for a sponsor, just know that I am perfectly happy to provide dishonest reviews in return for free stuff. So contact me with 3 samples and I will tell all of my subscribers, all 5 of them, last count, that it grew my hair, gave me amazing skin, and somehow gave me the power to ride a unicorn. Anyway, I've been talking for a minute and a half, and I really should be getting to talking about books. So I'm going to start by dedicating my first video to the skin-crawlingly creepy books I know. Now, this isn't quite horror, because as you know, Halloween is next Monday, and I will be doing a special Halloween video then, which will explore the books which really scared the shit out of me. However, I thought I'd ease you into things a little bit by looking at some books which I've read, which have been really rather creepy, so they unsettle you but they don't leave you with terrible nightmares. So let's start off by looking at Will Storr. Now, Will Storr is someone you may not have heard of. He's a bit of an underappreciated writer in my opinion. He's not quite Louis Theroux style of famous, and I'm just tilting the camera so you can see more of my face. Later I will edit this out, except I won't because I bloody hate video editing. Anyway, point is, Will Storr. He's sort of like Louis Theroux, so if you like Louis Theroux, you'll like Will Storr. The slightly nerdy, a bit anxious, bespectacled, bit of a posh British journalist type. Though I say this, he might be American. No, he's not. He's definitely, he's British, his wife's American. Anyway, point is, very good book. Will Storr versus the Supernatural, which is basically all about, he is an atheist, raised Catholic, doesn't believe in the afterlife or ghosts or demons or anything like that, but looks into them for a story he's doing, and gradually looks into people who aren't as crazy as they should be. So the whole thing kicks off when he goes to witness what he thinks is going to be an American eccentric trying to cure a demonically possessed housewife. But in fact what he gets is a couple of rather normal people and what he considers pretty okay evidence and some very creepy happenings. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I don't want to spoil it for you. I remain a skeptic when it comes to supernatural myself, but it is a fascinating book and really well written. He has a beautiful turn of phrase. To evoke an earlier comparison, I think he's a better writer than Louis Theroux. I've always been a sucker for like a well-placed metaphor or a really nice bit of description, and he does that fantastically. It's the sort of book you can read over and over again because it's got a very distinctive voice which is very nice to get through. So yes, that's my first creepy book. Carrying on the theme of neurotic journalists, I'm going to have to go with Jon Ronson's So You've Been Publicly Shamed. Now, you may not think of this as creepy just hearing about it. It's the sort of an informal study on people who have been subject to the modern Twitter lynch mob, which the internet likes to drum up. I'm sure you've seen it happen. For example, Justine What's-Her-Face, the girl who, before going on holiday, thought it would be a great idea to tweet an AIDS joke to her 170 followers, picked up by the internet. Next thing you know, she's lost her job and lost everything. So yes, it basically follows people who have been subject to internet shaming. It is a really well-written book, very interesting, creepy in that you look at people who, you know, you'd think were pretty normal. They have a Twitter account, they have family, they have dogs, but when someone does something which they perceive as wrong, they turn into a baying, bloodthirsty mob. Now, in some cases you may say these mobs are warranted. I'm not going to get into the politics of that here. I mean, certainly one criticism I read levelled at the book was that although it touched on the idea that women suffer more online abuse, for example, rape threats and physical threats of violence, which the men didn't get so much. This wasn't really addressed by Jon Ronson. However, I would argue that he did address it quite well. But if you want a more in-depth discussion of the experience of women in particular and online shaming, then check out Lindy West's book Shrill. All in all, a fantastic book, but she has one chapter in particular discussing her experience of online trolls, which, as well as being haunting, is a very good counterpart to So You've Been Publicly Shamed, by providing a bit of an opinion that may be missing from Jon Ronson's repertoire. Now, on to fiction. I'm going to have to recommend Lords and Ladies by Terry Pratchett. First of all, because it's one of my favourite books. Second of all, because I do not feel right starting off a YouTube channel without actually mentioning the late, great Terry Pratchett, who is, and will remain for the rest of my days, my favourite author. He masterfully brings together a mix of black humour and genuinely creepy moments in Lords and Ladies. If you think of The Labyrinth Gone Bad, or basically the fairies you don't want to find at the bottom of your garden. Now, in terms of books which I'm going to be reading over the next week, I am returning, as you can see here, to The Sandman. This was a set of comic books I got for Christmas. I loved the first two in the series. There are 8 in total. These are numbers 3 and 4, Season of Mists and Dream Country. I haven't read them yet. Very much looking forward to it. Glad I saved them for Halloween. As you can see, the art style is surreal, creepy, beautiful in places, but generally horrifying. So it's quite good fun to get through. Now, that's basically my first video done. I wanted to keep it nice and short so I didn't bore you. Also, I am trying to do this in one take because of the aforementioned hatred for video editing. I really hope you enjoy this. Let me know what you would like my next video to be on. I'm sort of thinking about doing a thing on nature writing because that's something I'm really into, but I'm always open to being tagged on stuff. Please do have a word with me in the comments. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and yes, favourite, comment and subscribe. Is that the order people normally do it in? Oh, and I have Instagram, which I've linked in the comments, and Twitter, again linked in the comments, Coffee with Jess K. And yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I apologise for the dodgy angle of the camera. I will remedy that all next time. Anyway, lovely talking to you, and I will see you on Friday.